welcome back to the craft room. My name is Caroline and I'm so glad that you could join me today. So today we are starting assembling our steampunk journal, which we will be working on throughout the month. So this is a new style journal for me. So I hope you can see it. So what it is like a 6.5 by 8.5 as normal. But I have got a chunky 3-inch spine, and the closure is going to be 3 inches this way with a little lock over here. So, you know, it'll have like, this will be your journal in here. Whoops, try and get it in. And then the closure will come over like that. And so I will be able to make lots of ephemera to put in it, because I'm not closing it like this. I'm going to have a closure so it's big, and we will also have a corset spine. So, but what we're going to do today is I am going to make a topper for this this journal. So I'm going to make it and then I'm going to put it on here rather than work on the actual journal. And what we're going to do as well is, see this bit here, we need to embellish it as well, because that is how the front will look. So let's get on. So this will be my base, and what I have done is I have cut out a load of die cuts and some numbers. Now, I've already treated these cogs, but I'm going to show you how I did that in a minute. Some extra cogs, some propellers. I've cut out the word journey, and I have got some clocks as well. So, but what I'm going to do first is I'm going to cover everything in black gesso, and then we can start building it up from there. So I'm just going to cover everything in black gesso and then we'll be back. So I've got all of my bits all gessoed. So I'm just going to put them to the side at the moment, and we're going to add some colour to the actual cover first before we start building it up. So this is going to be a case of trust the process. Let's just get all these out of the way. And then I'm going to just bring in this old towel, just to pop that down, just to save my desk and everything. Move my iPad out of the way. Right, so let's get that up. Right, so I'm just wanting to add some colour to this, and we're just going to have to trust the process. So I've got some distressed stains, and the first colour I'm going to put on is some peacock feathers. Right, and then next I'm going to put on some of this, this one is called Tender Peach, and it is a Nouveau spray. I just want to like have some kind of background. So this one here is Tarnished Brass. Right, and then lastly I have got this brushed pewter. Right. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to let that dry. So while our background is getting dried, let us work on our bits and pieces. So I've got a couple of products out. I have got some Nouveau mousses. Right, so we've got them in the colours. I could get as much to steampunk as I can. I've got some of this paste, and I have got this electric blue gilding wax. So yeah, I'm just going to have a play, and I am going to put on my my gloves because and also I'm going to show you how I created these, because a few people asked in the comments how I created them. So Right, so let us work on our big cog piece. So I've got some of this rich copper. I'm just going to, oh, that's right, rich copper. I'm just going to get some onto my hand. I'm going to start working that in to the gesso in different places, not all in the same place. Right, now I'm going to do the same with my Nouveau sprays. Now, my Nouveau sprays, if you have Nouveau sprays, use them. Not Nouveau sprays, Nouveau mousses. They do not have a long shelf life. So if you don't use them, they will become all crusted like this. So this is why I'm trying to use them as much as possible. Some of that nice blue onto there. So, hope you are all well, having a lovely weekend. So, if you want to know the colours, this is Persian red. Quite similar to the copper colour, isn't it? So let's pop it onto this one here. I've got some gold here. So there we go. Now, once it's in position on the thing, I will probably change the colours up a wee bit. So this is just some stenciling paste, and I've got stuff in my stash that I've never used and I just really like. I'm like, must get this out and get these bits and pieces used. Oh, because as you can see, I do use my Nouveau mousses a lot. I really love them, but as you can see, if you don't use them all the time, they do clog up. So let us work on our journey now. Let's put a clean pair of gloves on. Oh, look at that. That comes up lovely, doesn't it? Like as I said, all I did was I just die cut out several times and then just to give it that raised look. Oh, I'm not even going to add any more to that because I really, really think the black coming through in that is lovely. So, right. Now, all I did with these is I've got some ink. This ink in that I bought in a D-stash, and I've just painted them. So that is those little bits there. Right. Right, I'm going to show you how I created these numbers. Very, very simple indeed. So all I did was I used this. It is the ultra thick embossing crystals. Now, I'd never used them before. This was my first time using them, and I'm really impressed with them. So what am I going to do? I'm like, because I need to have my heat gun and everything on. So all I'm going to do is I am going to cover them in, I've got an embossing dabber. Now you can use just an ordinary embossing pad. It's just that I have got this, and just cover all of that. And so all you do is you just take your crystals. Now I have got a little spoon thing. You don't need to have this. You can just tip it out, but because it's such a wide lid, I tipped it out yesterday and half of it fell everywhere. So just make sure it is all covered. Right, and then we're going to just tap off the excess, right? Get the excess back into its tub before we have any accidents. Because that's the last thing I want, is to have all that stuff over there. So just turn that over. And then I'm going to take my heat gun. I'm just going to let it warm up a wee bit before I start thingying it, melting the stuff. So once your heat gun is heated up, all we're going to do is we're going to start melting So, to get the desired effect like I have, I want that hammered copper look. I have not over melted it. If you keep melting it, it will go smooth, but I don't want it like that. I want it like this. So that is how I created those. So the product is Cosmic Shimmer Ultra Thick Embossing Crystals. So that is how they work. So this is my background. Now I'm going to start putting my pieces on. Now I am going to use gel medium because I just feel that they've had products on them. They're heavier because I've like put bits of, you know, I've like made them 5 deep and everything. So yes. So I'm just going to try and work out how I want this to go. But remember, I'm going to have a piece that sits in there. But I can have that over there. To light up a wee bit so you can see better. So I'm thinking like that. That 4 on to there. Now I do have my clock face. I don't know if I'm going to have enough room for it. Put it like that. Bring you out. You will notice very, very quickly that I am totally out of my depth with this steampunk thing. It's very much a labour of love for a dear friend. I'm enjoying it, but it's like I'm totally out of my depth here. Like that there, that there. Put this. Whoops. up there. Now I feel that that's too empty. What else have I got? I've got this, and I have got these little, I haven't put anything on them yet, but I could put these on. These little propellers. Oh, wait a wee minute, before we get overexcited, I've just thought, right, where's the other part of my opening? I forgot I'm going to need to have a space to put this in. So that's going to go there, right? That's going to go there. So this will go here. What do we think? What do we think? Do you think we should commit to that? Or what about having, I know that's black, but what about, take you off. I've actually got one in copper here. Boom. What do we think? And then put the journey across there. Oh, I wish I could hear what you were saying. What do we think? Do we think we should commit to that? And I'm going to paint this black in the gesso as well. Right, I'm going to stick all that down. I'm going to, as I said, use gel medium. But I think I am pretty happy with that. In fact, I think I might even take a photograph of it before I start laying it down. I've got this bit here, take you off. So if I put more, right, I need to gesso that black, and then I could have some of these cogs going down there. Right, I wish I could hear what you guys were saying. Now you see, I'm thinking, where was that number 7? Oh me. Oh. So what happens, see, this is why I need to take a photograph of things before I start putting them down. So if I put that like that, that'll sit there. That'll sit there. Right. This will sit there. Now where did that number 7 come from? Pop that, put that on there. Right, I'm going to take a picture of this and I'm going to glue it down, and then I'll get back and I'll show you the finished result. So there is what is going to be our finished topper onto our, and as you can see, here's the light. This is what's going to go on to, oops, the lip part here is going to be attached onto there, and the rest of the cover will be attached onto there. So yeah, I hope you like it, and I hope you are enjoying learning about steampunk along the way with me. Any hints or tips, drop them in the comments. I'm paddling a wee bit out of my depth, but yeah, I hope Lynn likes it. So yeah, have a lovely evening, and I will speak to you again very soon. Lots of love. Bye.